Hey, welcome back to Crimson Desert, my people. Where last episode I was fighting for my life. Now I've been promoted to professional lumberjack. Employee of the month at Home Depot Medieval Edition. Logs secure, back slightly broken, and my dignity is gone. After what can only be described as an unnecessary commitment to deforestation, the logs were finally delivered to Turnelli. Or however you spell his name. I don't know, Turnelli. With the wood delivered and dignity already questionable, the next chapter began. Bounty hunting. Not for glory, not for justice, just because someone somewhere was finally offering real money. So finishing up with my last bounty, psych, we picked up another one. It could never be too much bounties for my collection. Then I met this woman with simple problems. She could cook meat perfectly, but fish, completely lost. In a land filled with warriors, mercenaries, and monsters, this was my next challenge. Cooking.
Fish dishes. Problem is, I've spent my whole life butchering meat, but never once cooked a fish.
With the recipe learned and expectations low, it was time to do what I do best. Because in this world, you don't need to be a chef. You just need to survive the outcome. And if the fish turns out edible, that's already a victory.
Let him cook! Let him cook now!
With the cooking complete, the fish was handed over to Renee, and against all expectations, she called it perfect. A new task emerged. Reeds had a request, simple on paper as they always are: collect minerals. Somewhere along the way, I found Pedro, a man whose presence felt familiar, not because of reputation, but because he looked suspiciously like a medieval version of Farquaad. Unbothered by this realization, he offered yet another bounty. The hunt didn't last long. The target was found, captured, and for once delivered alive. Straight to jail for justice.
This is for you. Go take a look. Impressive work. That's the one.
Just as things began to settle, something unexpected happened. A white bird descended from above, silent, precise, and almost intentional. It landed on my shoulders as if it had done it before. No fear, no hesitation, only a message. I found this camp full of goblins, which I had to clear. And clearing it seemed straightforward at first, but numbers have a way of changing things. They surrounded me from every side, constant pressure, no space to breathe, no room to recover. What began as control quickly turned into chaos, and eventually it ended. But not completely, because in this world, even death isn't always the end. Given another chance, the fight resumed, this time with experience and unfinished business. One by one, the camp fell silent and the job was finished. After clearing out the goblins, the camp was finally free. Just a clean and finished time to move on. At the entrance, I used a fire arrow to burn through the tree cover, blocking the way in. I unlocked the door and made my way upstairs. Almost got taken out by a trap along the way. Once I made it to the top, it paid off because that's where I found the vision helmet. Once I picked up the helmet, I made my way to this artifact where a ghost taught me how to use nature grasp. Once I learned how to use my skills, I used it to remove the blockage of this door entrance, where there was another ghost inside, and he taught me how to solve the puzzle. I slowly charged my chakra to regain some spirit. Then I used my ability to punch through these circles. I don't even know how I solved the puzzle, but it worked. Once I solved the puzzle, the artifact was unlocked and I immediately grabbed it. Walking outside my destination, I meet this girl, which gives me the Orochimaru curse mark. I found a portal which I activated, and along the way I found me an artifact which I stole. And this is where my skills they start to show. And by what you can see, I was definitely demolishing them. Then I see this NPC join the fight and he was helping me fight, which I am not going to complain about. But apparently I tried talking to them and he ignored me. Then I found a puzzle with this turtle looking creature here. Then I killed it. You know, I'm an assassin. This is what we do. Picked up his loot. Grabbed the rock that I moved. Placed it back where it was. Found an extra rock around here. And somehow something just told me to place it here. And that unlocked the artifact. I picked it up immediately. And I believe it becomes a fast travel point. Talking about fast travel, I found another one around the same area. Then I went and found the tower to ring the bell, which I didn't do in the beginning of Hernan's. The funny part is that my girlfriend told me I can do this.
Oh, what do we have here?
I apologize for my men. What reason have you to refuse my challenge?
None I can think of.
Then I met this NPC that challenged me into a duel. And you know, me and Cliff would never back down. This is when we started giving him a whipping. It literally copied his move and it made me feel like I was Kakashi for a second. Then I started spamming his own move, which is the flying kick. I saw his health bar was low, so it felt right to finish him with his own move. Little did I know this MF had a whole nother health bar, bruh. And this time he came more aggressive, which it made the fight a little harder, but it's nothing we can't handle. I saw the fight was almost ending, so I did what I had to. Finish him off with his own kick and a shield to the face. Then I met this guy which started asking for help. And in the background they kind of foreshadow one of the characters we'll be able to use later on.
We need the help of someone like you, Greymane.
The priest didn't want to baptize me, so I had to push him and get away. On the way to my next mission, I found this bounty called Bianca, and since she was a female, I had to punch her an extra time. Then took her ass straight to jail.
That's the one.
I met this man, and he didn't think I was strong enough to kill the cask house, so I took his side quest. And once I was done with the villains, I leaned on the wall to gain some aura. I got back to Hernan's and I found this dog which I pet over and over and over and over just to gain his trust. I got back to Eric and I gave him the news about the cask house being clear.
The one who cleared out the cask house.
Aye, indeed.
Then Eric had me talk to Leon, which clearly asked for more help. I'm telling you, they love juicing you.
Help me reclaim my
And for some reason, this was like the hardest mission I've ever done. I died, respawn, charged my chakra, and died again. Did the same thing, died again. By this point, I was like, let me just go and kill some civilians. They're probably easier. After looting the bodies, I didn't slow down for long. Another fight showed up and I jumped straight to it.
Thank you.
I freed a beggar who had been tied up. He warned me there was more people inside the camp, so I equipped the vision helmet to see what I was walking into. While free roaming, I tested out some abilities, jumping off the horse meat run and gliding down using the wings. Still getting used to it, but it definitely works. Bought myself a fishing rod, which I won't be using anytime soon. Then I found some recipes and I proceeded to learn it. I ended up in a fight I didn't even mean to start, and somehow it turned into freeing a whole camp. I didn't even know that's what I was doing, but I'll take it. Once I freed the camp, I headed inside and I picked up a poster about some missing cows.
Your criminal streak ends now.
So my controller went absolute crazy here and I ended up hitting a civilian by accident and they killed me down. Little did I know I was gonna be in jail. It's official, y'all. I'm a felon now. I met with the big guy from the shop just to deliver the mineral he asked for. Then I sold some unnecessary items just to buy my horse a silver horseshoe. Apparently it makes you have more stamina, I guess. After hours of trying to figure out how to put this horseshoe on, I went to try and find his bounty and for some reason he didn't spawn. Maybe it was too late. I don't know. If you're ever planning on playing this game, be careful with your stamina. Professional tip right there from experience. I climbed the top of the mountain to see if the bounty was maybe upstairs, but there was nothing but a civilian camp. I tried my luck trying to Assassin's Creed these NPCs from the top, but my controllers overlapped once again. This right here became one of my favorite moves. Just kick them on the ground. Oh boy, that kick is overpowered. We found more artifacts, then sneaked up on this big ogre here. I couldn't believe that. One hit. Okay, I think we cleared up this camp. This guy just hit me with that. That was crazy. And I'm telling you, that kick is overpowered. We took everything we found from the camp, even boxes of meat and water, hanging meat. I didn't have the quest activated, but we picked up Willy the Wolf. I think that's his name. But don't play with his plants, dog. I was like, look how cool that looks. Damn. Then boom. Your boy died just like that. This game ain't safe. We picked up another artifact just so we can have a little bit more fast travel points around the Hernandez area. Gliding at low levels with this low level of stamina. Bro, this shouldn't even add that in the beginning of game. But you know, we got into another fight because that's the beauty of this game. Slashing, dashing. Then I had to go back for Willy because I didn't have the quest activated. For some reason, he just canceled it or I failed it. I brought it to this kid. which he told me it was not even the real Willie. Like, be grateful, just take what I got you, man.
Now, is this the friend you were looking for?
Woolly? That's not Woolly. Woolly's got a fluffier tail.
Then the kid sent me to meet with this gray man, drunken man, which he was saying he had the location for his Willie, the sheep.
You follow me? I'll show you what a true grey mean is. Those damn bandits are over there.
Then I'll take it from here.
Very well. I'll go rally the guard.
He's a true gray man, right? But he gonna send me in there by myself while he goes rally the guard. What a legend. But once I was in here, I don't know if the game bugged, but there was no enemies, but just a whole lot of stack of meat. Y'all, I became rich on food. Then the constant came through, and there was sheep and cows and everything else coming out of there. I didn't see them when I was in there. Then these guys, they try to press me for some reason.
They do anything for some easy coin.
Word is, they're after more than gold these days.
I then fast traveled to grab yet another, you won't even guess it, another bounty. Hell yeah. Yo, by this point, they gonna have my whole inventory stacked up. I met this guy that I felt really bad for because he lost his cows and he was just basically crying about it.
Please, help me get my cows back. Please.
I can try.
Then I asked these two individuals about the cow, which they seemed pretty suspicious to me. To me, they kind of look like they set the other guy up for his cows. Then they gonna backdoor the people who took the cow for the money. Get with me.
This is as far as your coin gets you. Good luck.
Once we got to the location of the missing cows, I just started killing everybody on sight. Once I noticed that the cows were all dead on the floor. I finished the fight and then I put on my vision to see what really happened here. And along the way to my next mission, I found this horse, which I immediately tried to jump on his back to try to tame. Not gonna lie to you, this took me like 6 tries. Yo, I really feel bad for this dude, man. We had to come back and let him know that his cows were dead.
I found your cattle.
Did you really? Well, where are they?
Dead. All of them.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
curse those scoundrels.
You'll be all right.
Running to the shop, I got robbed by this bounty, so we had to show him some justice, Batman style. Then, you know, take him straight to jail.
This is for you.
Go take a look.
I was feeling a little fresh, so I stopped by the shop and got me a new suit slash jacket slash cape. Fed another dog along the way. We found another recipe, which we learned for all the cooking we gotta do. Then we stepped into another fast travel point in Hernan. Found a weird hot block that did damage to me every time I get on. I couldn't even figure that out, so I left to this farm and found me a little piggy right here. The smallest pig I've ever seen in any video game other than Minecraft. At this point, I hope you get the mission. You know what I'm doing. We stepping on every fast travel point around this countryside, which is Hernan. I found the staple and bought myself a brand new horse. This one had way more stamina than the one we tamed earlier. I know I came a little late onto this puzzle, but I was just around the area, so might as well gave it a try. Lit up both of the lamps right here, candles, I mean. The door will open with a chest. And it gave me a weaker sword because I came so late. You know, we scanned the area around looking for more fast travel points around the area. find more artifacts, which I believe we gotta do a challenge to then use it as a skill point. And we got a little drippy right here with a brand new shield, which we won't keep for long. Dropping right here, I forgot about my stamina. Drop right into the water, and you cannot swim without any stamina, so you know we died once again. And right after that, we found a way better shield, which I like how it looks better because it's smaller, you know, as you see your fit a little more. Running down the streets of Hernans, I heard a woman begging for help, so you know me, we had to go and investigate.
With my belongings, please help me.
He mentioned one guy in the story, but I did not know I was about to get jumped. At the rate we're killing people, we're looking like danger to the population of Hernans. So there I was with the rest of her belongings, and then I took them for myself. Teleported away and got right back to the city, where I met back with Ternelli and started to upgrade some of my gear. Found the gear from the guy with defeated on it, wasted a bag on it, but it's just what I needed. See y'all in the next one, and like and subscribe for better air quality.
Do it before it's too late. It's AI Guapi.